Spoilers for Blue Lock episode Nagi's final chapter. If you have not seen the leaks for this chapter, click off this video now. But I think one of episode Nagi's biggest flaws, despite how much I love this spinoff manga, is not showing Shidou's goal against the World 5. Like, sure, the manga got to give us some Shidou bare ass cheeks, but I totally would have preferred to see his World 5 goal. Ryo's entire development of awakening his chameleon style in the 4v4 game subconsciously, and then going into the World 5 game where Nagi previously called Luna just a more advanced version of Ryo. I think it really was just a huge missed opportunity to not show Shidou's World 5 goal. Because we got the performance from Nagi's team against the World 5, why would we not get Ryo's perspective of it? Despite episode Nagi being called episode Nagi, Nagi's name is in the title, Ryo is just as much of the main character in this spinoff as Nagi is. The whole story is about their relationship together and their development and how their friendship correlates to their ambition and ego for the sport. So it would make sense you'd want to show Ryo's perspective to the World 5. And it sucks because it leaves Shidou's goal against the World 5 ambiguous because a lot of people like to use Shidou scoring against the World 5 as a huge feat for him. But we have no context for how the goal was scored. Like, we have context for how Rin scored against the World 5 in the main series, and we got to see Nagi's team against the World 5 in the spinoff manga, but you couldn't have given us, like, 10 pages, a quarter of an episode Nagi chapter to show their goal. Like, I think it makes sense. And to me, it's very important because despite my not very large admiration for Shidou, I don't like him very much. I think the fact that he's being pushed as this narrative top tier, and yet he has some of, like, the least amount of information we have out of any top tier in the story. He had this little bit of stardom in the U20 game, and he's being pushed as, like, the top 3, part of the top 3 now. He was top 2. He was top 2 back after the second selection. He scored against the War 5. But we know nothing about him in comparison to the other top tiers. He was shut down very easily and very consistently during the PXG game after he scored his opening goal. We have absolutely no context on his backstory yet. When you look at the scope of the new Egoist League, we actually didn't really get any kind of, like, fresh Shidou content for almost, like, 3 years. So instead of showing us some content like the World 5 game for Shidou where he scored his goal, we just get Shidou's bare naked ass cheeks. Some might say this is a fair trade. I don't know why we couldn't get both. Bottom line, I want to see Shidou's World 5 goal, and I hope we see it to some capacity. Also, episode Nagi was a beautiful spinoff, and I can't wait to reread it. I hope Kana Shidou and Nomura have another spinoff in the works, because I need more.